Say it again.
You know what, Michelle? Pull your shit down.
Pull your shit down.
Yeah, a little humility.
Yeah.
This morning, Michelle, I was trying to down an ice guy, right? That's right. You're going to school me about how...
No, you're going to school him.
Yesterday,
his soul.
I was mansplained 6 times. I counted it. 6 times I was mansplained at the legislature. And they were all, guess what? White men.
Of course.
Are we surprised?
No.
I'm like, really? I gotta stop here and explain myself to you?
Do you not know who you're talking to?
Like, I'm an old white woman. Cut it out. That's sort of where I am definitely getting the bitch, little bitch thing. Like, you gonna mansplain me? Just like, check this out first. Gonna keep going?
There you go. Right above our angelic.
That's exactly right. The angelic suspension above my chest. There you go. You've been nursed. I'm a grandma. Generations of nursing have happened here.
You've been nursed.
Maybe you should have been nursed. Maybe that's the problem.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. That's right. Go get a breast. Fake breast. Hang on to it.
It's true.
It really. It should be your little blankie. Take it with you. If you feel the need to school a woman,
just pull out your own breast.
Nipple
Start
blankie.
nursing.
That's right.
Shove it in your mouth. Maybe that's what we need to walk around with, our boobs.
I would go get a fake breast. All right. Like I said, I need a little humility this morning.
You don't need humility. We're
What
just
do I
using the
need?
humor. You need
I
no
need humor.
humility.
Thank you. I need humor. Thank
No
you. And,
humility.
and the art. Everything is art. You're just the way you're looking at it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi.
That was up early. Oh, God. The other part of my life, go and verify ICE people doing evil in the world.
Right.
Oof. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Colleen.
Good to see you.
Oh, always good to see you.
In the sunlight of this room.
You got
Here we
that
are.
right. I love this little space.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do
You
too.
curated it lovely.
Well, you know, I'm
I
dealing
do.
with allergies today too, so
Oh,
I may sneeze in the middle of our
that's
discussion.
okay.
All right.
Hmm.
We're back. I don't even know what episode we're on now. We're so into it. We're so far deep.
225, I think.
That's right. And all like 25 listeners. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how many listeners we have, but we love
Join
and
us.
cherish all of you.
That's me too.
We do.
Every single one.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. So we are continuing to move ahead, charge full steam ahead. We're thinking there's another there's
2
at least 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So much is put behind the budget, which I think we're going to get a little breakdown on what that all means next week. You are so in the shadow over here.
But, it's good light for older women. Here I am.
Okay.
No, you think you think they can't see me? Hi, guys. You can see me.
All right. So we are still in session. It's moving forward. So we had some stuff move through this week. And so I was hoping you could give us all a little update on some of the...
Oh, I'm starting.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the plan. Okay.
Right.
Sorry, I thought the plan was the opposite. But
No!
we're going with this plan.
You're
Yeah.
gonna give us a little update.
A couple of things.
Yeah.
So, a good thing, our friend Darren Johnson, who has reminded us of the Tennessee Equality Project, a bill that's not heard, that's a lousy bill, it's a day we've won. What they did on Thursday in the Senate was they rolled SB 676, the Trans Health Data Grab Bill. This is where they're wanting every medical provider who has provided care to trans folks to go ahead and provide this information to the state. As though the state just keeps saying, we're just collecting the data. We're not doing anything with it. We're not sharing it. Well, we know the reasons why they're doing this. This is a definite fascist approach. And just, folks, HIPAA be damned. Also, when you talk about the canary in the coal mine, if you watch what's happening to trans folks, to immigrants, that's what's going to be happening to you. And you're either going to shut up and go along with it, or you're going to step in and you will be doxxed as well. So that's been rolled.
Rolled in the
1 week. No, actually, not even a week. It'll be Monday.
Okay.
So when they roll a bill like that, it's also maybe they don't have the votes. So that's what we're hopeful about.
Do you know where it is in the House?
It's in the Senate.
Sorry. But do you know where the bill has it passed on the House floor? Do you know where it is in the House?
It has, I believe, passed. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure we're at the last stop gasp moment.
Okay.
And so here we go. So we do want that one to not be heard or to be voted down. We'll see. I wanted to talk for a minute about where we are with the vouchers, because I think it's really been interesting, and I know we've talked about it a lot. Quick update. It feels like we owe you this, which is, as you know, Lee's proposal is to double the vouchers to 40. That would cost $303 million.
40,000 vouchers.
40,000.
We talked about this. 20,000 to 40,000.
Okay. So the Senate's version of this bill is, follow the math. They are saying, well, okay, we'll do 20,000. Right. No, they did 20,000 in 2025. Right. We know all that. They have said, okay, we're going to do 5,000 more a year. That was the plan. So they're at 25,000. They want to commit another 15,000 for this year. They don't want to do the full double, they say. But that still gets us to the 40,000 that Lee's talking about. So just think about that. Senate's like, sure, we'll do what you say. They will also, though, they do in their bill want to refuse or charge students who are not lawfully present in the U.S. So the Senate bill still has that piece on there, right?
Yeah.
So same number, same cost, still with this horrible provision. But the House, their deal is, check this big negotiation. Yeah, they had the 20,000 in 2025 plus the 5,000 that they've committed to, put them at 25,000. And they're saying, well, we'll just do 10,000 more this next year. So they're at 35,000. So instead of 40, which is what Lee and the Senate is saying, they're at 35. Hey, big negotiation. In their bill, though, what they've added is they want the hold harmless provision that was originally passed and promised to the public as well as the legislators, was that if a student leaves the public school for any reason, that a public school will not lose that amount of money. They'll keep that amount of money for that year. But now this new wrinkle is, oh no, you can only do that if that child goes to a voucher school. If that child moves out of state, if that child just decides not to go to school, if that child is homeschooled, then they won't get that money. So they are like, let's dig into this money piece a little bit, right? That was not the original promise. And then also, the Department of Education must publish an annual report with the number of applications per county, the number of those applicants that enrolled in public school, and the applicant family's income, right? Because what they've been pressed into is this reality that that the media is reporting, which is, and the legislators who are Democrats are putting forward, which is most of these vouchers are going to folks who've already been in private school, right? And they have higher incomes. And the Republicans are like, oh no, these are working class people. So now they're going to collect the data. But the data they're not collecting is the race of those students. I believe that what they're doing is creating what was here in the South, which is a separate but equal. Who will end up in those public schools with all these vouchers that keep expanding every year? These vouchers is what they want to do. You're going to end up with limited income folks who have disabilities, and people of color, because these private voucher schools can reject folks, which is what the Title I, I think it is, at the federal level, you could not discriminate. Public schools can still not discriminate. But these voucher schools, absolutely. All Christian white kids, no problem. We're going back to the day. Yeah. A separate but unequal. Right. So that's my little rant about that. Okay. A couple other things. I love this one. So, they wanted to create this English-only drivers bill. It's been delayed in the Senate because what they're trying to figure out is, one, what's it going to cost? It's going to cost them a lot of money. So they're like, maybe we need to slow down and wait until the budget is adopted. But the other thing is Briggs did this whole thing in the Senate. Wait. Oh, Japan is our friend. This is really about, what did he call it? He called it an anti-foreign bill. not an anti-immigrant bill, because they want folks who are coming and investing money, like Japan, and have people who may not speak really fluent English to be able to take a driver's test not in their own language. Yeah.
Right.
So they do have a provision. The first time you take it, you don't have to be able to speak English, but by the third year. So they're figuring that the Japanese folks who are here, by the third year, they will have learned enough English. I mean, these people are like, all about the money, all about the money.
Right.
Okay, so, so I want to touch on the one about, they've passed a bill that has to do with citizen database checks to make sure that you are a citizen to vote, right? I mean, the numbers of people who vote who are not citizens.
This is regarding voting. Okay.
This is regarding voting, so I jumped into that. But the database they want to use is a federal database to check whether or not people are citizens. It's called the Systemic Alien Verification for Entitlements, or SAVE. The problem is the error rates are so incredibly high.
This is different from the SAVE
database.
On the
I'm not
federal?
sure. I think it's part of the SAVE Act. I mean, the SAVE Act is quite broad, right? Which is why the Democrats have sort of said, slow down, we're not so happy, and they've been talking about different provisions. But this did pass the House earlier in 2026, but the Senate has not voted on it yet.
You're talking about the U.S. You in your notes.
I'm sorry, the U.S. voted on it. The U.S. Senate, thank you for looking at my notes. The U.S. Senate has not voted on it. They're holding it up. But the bill has passed here in Tennessee, going to the governor's desk. But so they're going to be using data that is unreliable, and it's already been documented. So there is that. I'm going to skip this one. I do want to provide hey, this was a win. We've got to celebrate wins.
Yeah.
So folks who live along the Duck River and the Buffalo River and some of these river systems, whoops, what did I just do?
That's how we feel about the rivers, you guys. Let's just shout out these rivers. Celebrate them. Yes!
I love the brilliance of miracles.
We needed a little break there. We'll celebrate the win.
Jeez, there we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, back into it.
So what happened was, the Duck and the Buffalo River will now be protected. They are considered these waterways that have to be preserved, right? People have been fighting for a couple of years.
The Duck is the, what? The something biosphere.
Scenic waterway.
Well, but it's also the most diverse biosphere in the, I think, the
North
world.
America or the world. I mean, it is pretty, but it
fact
took
checked us.
Such a fight to get this preserved, right? Because they're just into waste. But you know what didn't happen? Which is people in Scott County. So people in Scott County were like, hey, the Big Fork, the Big South Fork, let's get that as a part of being preserved as well. Oh no, that couldn't happen. You know why? Because they want to be able to dump nuclear waste there. They want to make Tennessee the nuclear waste capital of the country. They want to be able to say, come bring all your waste to us. They wanted to dump it in Scott County, and Scott County people were there like constantly and like, please just add our little river in with this bill and we'll be okay. No, sorry, that amendment down. But I'll tell you what, Todd tried even on the Senate floor to screw this bill up.
Really?
Not the Senate floor, I'm sorry, the House floor.
Okay.
He got up, he lost. Okay. He was like the only one. I'm just telling you, sometimes you're like, whew, that one was a win, and Todd was shamed.
A little dig. We love it.
Did you call him a little dick?
No,
sorry. I know.
Although
I know what she said.
It was a little dig, but he is a little.
He can be. Oh, some of these folks. All right. So then I just want to shout out, hey, you know, folks, I'm sorry, folks. The hemp industry, they're taking it down. So much money with the hemp industry could help fund. What? Take the tax off groceries. No, these people have this phenomenal fear. They didn't smoke in the 60s or 70s. I mean, these are old folks. What were you doing?
Right.
Like, this is not even the THC part of it. It's the THCA. It's the stuff that you're using ever so mildly for your pain, for the old folks like us, like me, not us, like me who uses stuff for pain. Nope, can't have it. Sorry about that. And they're killing the industry and all these little mom and pop places. Bye-bye.
Farmers too.
Farmers.
Yeah.
I mean, who is in their ear? But anyway, yeah. And then 2 quick other things. Heidi Campbell had a great bill to, seems like a simple no-brainer. So if you had some kind of mental health challenge and it's already the law that you would not be able to have your guns, right? Okay, fine, we're protecting everybody. And what she wanted to do was extend it so that if Colleen has a mental health issue, she's not allowed to have her guns. I have a gun. Hey, Colleen, I know you got this issue, but I'm going to give you this gun just because I like you and I'm just going to... And she uses it to commit murder, then I would be held accountable because I knowingly gave her a way to carry out in her mental health challenge.
Isn't this Shondel's bill?
Well, yes, I don't know, but I'm telling you, this is a Heidi Campbell bill, and she was on the Senate floor, and it was defeated 21-11, but it's been referred to the Senate calendar. This can happen. So I'm hoping, like, fingers crossed, maybe there's still some hope for it. And then
a lot like Shondel's bill.
I know it does, right?
When you describe I know. We maybe need to do some homework.
We will bring you back Shondel's bill. Unfortunately, her bills have been put off to the side pretty regularly. Same with Jones. Like there's certain people, Johnson, you're not going to have your bills heard. If they are, they're not going to be passed because we just don't like you, even if your ideas are great. The last one I want to touch on, and then we're going to do some other stuff, which is, yay! So, Bulso, one of our favorite people to talk about, had a bill called Protecting Religious Liberty and Expression. Colleen, tell us what that would have done.
Well, I did reference it earlier because this is the bill that would have allowed Bibles in all the classrooms. And I remember I suggested using them as period products.
You did.
I did.
I know. If you go back and listen to that.
I thought we could marry 2 bills together. But, Michelle, what happened to this bill of Bulso's?
By the way, if you haven't heard that, that our episode is classic. It's classic. It's been picked up otherwise. It's spread around, but so to speak. But what happened, it got referred for summer study. And it's worth taking a minute about this summer study stuff. So there's a couple of ways to kill bills here. Like if they don't really want to upset you, they say, oh, we're going to put it behind the budget. And that means the governor's already passed his budget bill. And the Senate and the House have to come around like, we have these bills and we want them funded now because we have to actually now associate this funding with bills that got passed. So some bills get rolled what's called behind the budget. And it's really a way to kill it because they're like, we know that this is not going to get funded. It's going to cost too much money or we really don't like it. But we don't want people to be mad at us. So we're going to put it behind the budget. There's... and sometimes things can be not brought up and the committee ends. So some of the committees are just ending. And so you have 100 bills on the agenda for today and they just don't get to your bill. So it doesn't get heard. And because this is the second year in a 2-year session, it's just going to die. Another thing that can happen is they'll say, well, we're going to roll this bill to, we're not going to roll it, but yes, we're going to push it off to January of 2027. So then it can be brought forward in January of 2027. It's not totally dead, but for whatever reason, they're like, we don't really want to kill it. I think that's what happened to Jones's bog turtle bill. I think it's going to be heard in January 2027.
So, but this one you said is sent to summer study. What does the summer study?
Oh, thank you so much for... You're so good.
Let me circle us back.
Circle us back. I love it. There we go. Summer study is it's the death knell of a bill. It's we don't want to Bill, so you've been doing a good job for us because you're getting all these bills out there that the rest of us, that the president wants. Steve, so, they want this, but the rest of us don't want to carry it because it's so bad and we don't want to run on it. So we're going to send it to the summer study. Well, usually the summer studies don't happen. And even when they happen, after the Covenant shooting and they did the summer studies and everybody thought, oh, we're going to get some gun safety laws. Right. Even with all the hearings.
So the idea is behind summer study is we're going to talk about it further or
not. They don't even have a meeting sometimes.
But that's the idea.
That's right.
is that we're gonna convene later and discuss these further, but it's really a wink wink.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
But the horror, or it could be the fun. We need to make this fun. The horror is that Boso, being the person that he is, will actually want to have a summer study about having Bibles in the school and about all the numbers of other things biblically related.
I'm sure it does give him more time to gather more. Yeah, I don't know what his
platform, because you know what? He's running for office again, people in Williamson County. Oosh.
Does he have a challenger? I don't even know.
I have to go. We're gonna talk about elections soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a whole series for you.
Peel into that. But well, that's good. Look at that rundown you gave us.
Yeah. There's so many more, but this is these where I thought you'd want to know some updates.
Here's a couple too that I did notice. We spoke to Zoe Jamel a couple of weeks ago, and Zoe, as you recall, is with the Rahaf Institute, and they had a bill that passed both the Senate and the House all the way through regarding justice.
Children with a disability?
No. It's I had it and now it's gone. But it's justice reform, I want to say.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yes.
Was it justice reform? I might be missing it. So I might slightly be missing it. But I know Zoe was super stoked because the bill that they had put up had actually passed both chambers. And I know Zoe was also really pleased. She had been working specifically with a family that had been harmed by the threat of mass violence bill that they had passed a year or two ago, I believe. And it really was just so broad. And if any kind of language was used in a school, they really kind of, the repercussions for students was really harsh. And this, of course, really impacted students with disabilities more than anything. And so Zoe was championing putting some guardrails on this particular bill with a family that had been ensnared really horrifically.
With the idea that discretion needs to be in the hands of educators who know these children. And when a threat is a real threat, of course you're going to take action. But when a child with a disability says, I have a bomb in my backpack because I'm just so mad, and this is a child that has a disability and the teacher's like...
Just discernment, having discernment and really being able to, rather than criminalizing language, which was ultimately what the threat of mass violence bill was doing.
But part of their MO right now, if I could add on to this, is one of the bills that I did not mention has to do with taking discretion away from judges, taking discretion away from DAs. We'll spend a little bit of time on this as these bills are working their way through, but it's forcing, judges, so that they would have no discretion about whether or not to take plea deals, or whether or not DAs can do that. There's this whole effort for the state to pass bills that control folks who are on the ground and know how this stuff works.
Right. Even though they say they always want to give them more tools in their toolbox.
Or small government. Yeah. Right. Hello. They don't want to be told by big government what to do, and yet they're telling, folks down the line what to do. It's such hypocrisy.
I know. Listen, we're getting pressed for time, so I did want to just talk about one thing that I witnessed this week that it can be my little rant for today's episode.
Colleen does a rant. Go ahead, Colleen.
Well, I did sit in on the Finance, Ways and Means in the House, and our dear friend Ashley Warbington testified against House Bill 2219, which basically forces every sheriff's office in the state to enter into a 287G contract. We have talked about this in the past, but ultimately that would give the sheriffs the authority to make essentially what are federal immigration arrests. I mean, for lack of a better description, there's the sum. So
with no extra money.
Right.
You get no money to lock people up in your jail.
But you have to comply. And if you don't comply, we'll actually withhold money. So really awful bill. Johnny Garrett's running this one. And it's I've seen this bill presented. I've seen another bill, I think, regarding a more criminalization of folks who are immigrants, right? Just nailing this sort of criminal aspect of who people are based on how they arrived here, with nothing else supporting this. But they've they have this report that I guess the district attorneys put together. It's bullshit. And yet I have seen these men, specifically Lamberth, Zachary, Garrett, there's like this tribe of gross white bros, stand on this self-righteous platform of white man saviorism and spew off these like bullshit statistics about crime committed by immigrants. And the way in which these men deliver this diatribe monologue dripping with self-righteousness, I've seen it. It is disgusting. It's like they want a viral clip of them coming in on their horses and saving us from these big bad criminals. And it is so condescending. It is such shit. It's blood boiling because anyway, I mean, I could go on. I probably don't need to. I'm just
the point of this, though, also, if I might come in here, which is the statistics are wrong.
They are.
It's wonderful because the media, the national research and the research in this state is showing that their numbers are totally incorrect.
They are.
And it is, I just keep coming back around, folks. What did the Nazis do? They created a storyline, the propaganda about Jewish people that turned the German population into, and we're going to talk about fear in a minute, but afraid of Jewish people for all that they were doing to the Christian white people in the country, okay? And that is what they're doing. Even though the information, including Jewish people, have tails. I mean, all the tropes. That's what these people are doing. All these numbers of rapes, it's actually not true. All of these homicides, not true. But do you think they would back off of those numbers? No, that's right. They all have the same little memo. They read from it. They just throw it out there as though it's truth. And like you said, they want their clip. And it is so that, can I move into this piece?
You have the theory, and I think you're totally right why they're doing this.
I do have a theory. I think we've done a great job by saying, oh, really? This is the way you're going to go after immigrants and win the hearts of Tennesseans, is by going after children and kicking them out of schools and even collecting data on every child that's in the school in this state to have to show your papers. I mean, people are like, leave the kids alone.
Right.
Just get off the kids. Go after the adults. Stop being bullies, right? So I think what they're, again, half the Senate is running, all of the House is up, right? So they need something to run on. For re-election.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so they need something to run on. And I think what they're running on is fear, right? Mm-hmm. So fear of immigrant criminals, right? Used to be black criminals. All those black folks you should be afraid of, now be afraid of immigrants, right? Mm-hmm. We're going after them. And also they're going after trans people because you got to be scared about them because they're going to corrupt your children.
Right.
So going after trans and gay folks, because like sex and, we're just so scared and it's all about our children. And then going after immigrants because we're all afraid about crime. And the numbers, they keep talking about the Memphis Task Force, and I just will come back around to this. I have to do this, folks, which is the numbers in this country of crime have been dropping. They were dropping before the Memphis Task Force, with every bit of federal, state law enforcement showed up on the scene. The numbers were going down, and they are criminalizing people in Memphis. Just like arrest them. They count arrests. They don't count the folks who actually go through an adjudication process. Right. Doesn't matter. It's all about arrests. And then they use the arrest numbers to say these are the criminals. They're not. They are the people you have targeted. They're people you're grabbing off the streets. Right. You've got the numbers. You're locking them up. You're not giving communities due process.
We're also then just again in another place, just completely doing away with due process.
And I'm just like, do not cooperate. They're trying to get the judges fight back. No, we're not going to use your new idea of justice. No, sorry about that. You're going to withhold the money? Okay, we'll sue you. We'll go after it. People need to, and I think that some of that's happening. Draw the line. DAs draw the line. They say, like, well, you have to obey the law. Well, Tennessee is passing a law that has nothing to do with due process. There's constitutional protections. Just say, come and get me. Just come and get me. So I'm hoping Nashville does say, we're not going to be a 287. We've already voted on this. No, we're not going to do it.
Right.
Come and get us. You know what? I want to see Nashville withhold its tax money. The state funds the majority of the budget for the state off of
Nashville
the revenue
does, yeah.
of Lower Broadway.
That's right.
So Nashville could say, you know what? You want to come get our money? Guess what? You're not going to get our money to begin with.
I love it. We're going to have to do another
Fight
episode
back
on just local stuff. Look at this one.
Look at this one.
She's jacked up. She's already gotten into it with an ICE agent this morning, guys. Look at her. She's ready to go.
Yeah, I got my pins. I got my fight back against oppression of LGBTQIA plus folks and
watch out for
angelic
your mic
dissenters and sorry, I covered my mic up.
Probably all.
Oh, and I am about love.
You are.
Yeah.
We have kept the people today. We've done
Sorry,
it.
folks.
We've done it.
We gotta
But we had a lot to say. There was a lot to say.
Yeah.
A lot to talk about.
So we got a wrap up of the legislature hopefully next week, and then we've got some more stuff coming for you.
We do.
Yeah.
There's always stuff.
Yeah.
We'll come back. Have a good week, spring. Enjoy this weather.
Oh my gosh!
Right? Let's
Do
go outside.
Yeah, do something good for yourself. Yeah, get in the way. Get in the way.
Get in the way. Make trouble. Good trouble.